You know what's really interesting is 2 days ago, I was having a conversation with one of my friends. It was actually, I did a podcast about finance recently, and in there I mentioned some of my friends, and then they messaged me on WhatsApp and we were having a chat in our group chat. And I, for the first time ever, one of them asked me to guess. We're very close friends. We talk about money, we talk about how much money we have, etc. They said, guess who has the most money in the group. So I went through and I think this is this person's net worth of my 5 best friends, and I think this is how much cash they have. Now, one of my friends who is very, what's the word? I guess frugal, lives a very, very simple life. As I was going through, I go, do you know what? This friend is this like high-flying guy, lives in this amazing apartment. This person has all these wonderful things. This person's been successful in business. This person's successful in crypto. But you know what? I bet my mate, and I won't say his name, I bet he's richer than everyone else in that chat. All of my other friends in the chat. And so I did my little prediction and I said, I bet you've got X figure. And he replied and said, this is my current cash position. He was richer than everyone in the chat in terms of cash combined. This guy lives so free. He lives in like a studio apartment. He never balls. He doesn't have like a fancy car, doesn't have fancy clothes. And he's richer than the entire lot of my friendship group. And I thought, God, there's something really important here in terms of, and it's so crazy if you know the context of what I'm saying, because I've got a friend in that chat who's built like a big business. I've got a friend, like everyone in that chat runs businesses, is successful, but they're living in different ways. And the one friend who runs the smallest business, who like probably has the least income, is the richest. And over the last couple of days, it's so funny. I was thinking about all the dinners I've bought this fucking guy, and I'm like, I didn't know you were a millionaire. Like, I wouldn't have been paying for everything.
But this is really, I mean, if we ignore your friends, it's very easy to look fake rich.
Yeah.
Because everybody will give you a line of credit. If I want a Gucci purse and I can't afford the Gucci, guess what? I can buy now, pay later. I can open up a credit card and buy the Gucci and look like I'm rich. When in reality, I'm just making Gucci rich. In fact, one of the richest people in the world, in 2023, he was the richest person in the world, is Bernard Arnault. He's the founder and CEO of LVM, or he's the founder and CEO of the company that owns Louis Vuitton. And why? Because millions of people pay him to look rich, when in reality, he's the one that's getting rich. And we assume that when you make some more money, you gotta start looking the part. And this is that mindset shift that we have to make. And, you know, a lot of people resonate who come from the Indian traditional families. They messaged me saying, Jaspreet, I became a doctor, or my wife and I are doctors. We make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. We make a great income, but we have no savings and no investments, and I don't know what to do. And the reason why is we have a Range Rover and a Benz. We have a nice house. We go on the doctor vacations. We have to look the part. But we don't have any money left over at the end of our paychecks. And it's a very easy thing to get caught up in, because when you make more money, you become more creditworthy. Banks will give you bigger loans. When you make more money, you want to spend more money. And it's very easy. And you have to understand, how do you control that spending? And that's why if you follow something like 75, 15, 10, one of the simplest things you can do to start is just always, no matter what, whether you're making $10,000 a year or $10 million a year, you always put money aside to invest. You always put money aside to save, and you spend whatever's left.
My friend doesn't invest. The friend I'm talking about doesn't actually invest. He just doesn't spend. He just doesn't spend money. And he's just stacked up like $1 million in cash whilst earning less than everyone else of my 5 friends in that chat. And it didn't take a long time. Like, it took him 4 years or something, 4 or 5 years of just running this small business with a couple of people. When I say a small business, I mean a small business, like a business of maybe 4 or 5 employees. And he's built up $1 million in cash for himself because he just doesn't spend money. And he doesn't have like an ego, doesn't care what people think of him. Yet my other friends who are earning maybe 5 times more a month have 5 times less cash than him. It's like, it was so inspiring. It was honestly so inspiring because it says something about the importance of saving, but who the hell wants to save? If I titled this podcast today, something about saving, no one's going to click.
It's not fun. Saving isn't exciting. Who wants to go out and save $2,000? Who wants to spend less money? We want to buy more nice things. But unless you can control the spending, unless you know how to save, you will never build wealth.